A phone rang in the dead of night. Hello. A heavy silence. Then, a voice, cold and hollow. He's dead. The phone slipped from his fingers. Dead? No, impossible. He was just talking to him a few hours ago. But now, his best friend, his business partner, was gone. And worst of all, the police thought he was the one who did it. Zayan and Adil had been best friends since childhood. They grew up in the same poor neighborhood, sharing the same dreams to escape poverty and build an empire. Their bond was unbreakable, or so they thought. At 22, they started a small online business together. Selling gadgets, reselling imported items, anything that made money. They worked day and night, barely sleeping. And soon, their business took off. Within 5 years, they were millionaires. They owned luxury cars, expensive offices, and a company that was the talk of the town. It was a dream come true. But money changes people. And sometimes it destroys friendships. One night, as they sat in their office, celebrating a new deal, Adil said something that made Zayan pause. We should start keeping secrets in business, Adil said, sipping his whiskey. Not everything needs to be shared. Zayan laughed. Secrets? We built this together. No secrets. Adil smirked but said nothing. It was a small moment. But looking back, Zayan realized it was the first crack in their partnership. Chapter 3, The Missing Money. A few months later, Zayan noticed something strange. A deal worth $500,000 had disappeared from their accounts. The money was gone. Vanished. Zayan confronted Adil. What happened to the money? Adil smiled, too casually. Relax, bro. Just a small business move. I invested it. Invested in what? Something private. Zayan felt a chill. We don't do private deals, Adil. Adil sighed. Zayan, you worry too much. I've got this under control. For the first time, Zayan felt something he never expected to feel towards his best friend, doubt. One evening, Zayan received an anonymous email. Your friend has already sold the company. He's planning to disappear. Check the offshore accounts. Zayan's heart pounded. He hacked into their financial system. Something they swore they'd never do to each other. And there it was. Adil had transferred $10 million into a private account. He had signed contracts to sell their company without telling Zayan. His best friend, his brother, betrayed him. Chapter 5, A Confrontation Turns Deadly. Zayan couldn't believe it. He stormed into Adil's penthouse, his hands clenched into fists. Adil was sitting there, drinking, completely relaxed. You sold the company. Zayan's voice shook with rage. Adil sighed. Zayan, listen. Don't tell me to listen. Zayan slammed a folder on the table. You stole from me. You lied. And you were going to disappear, weren't you? Adil didn't deny it. Instead, he smiled. A sad, regretful smile. Zayan, you were never meant for this world. You're too soft. Something inside Zayan snapped. He grabbed Adil by the collar. After everything we built together. How could you? Adil whispered, because I don't want to share the throne. Zayan let go of him. His hands shook with anger. He turned to leave. That's when Adil said something that made him freeze. If you walk out of here, you won't live to see tomorrow. Zayan turned back slowly. Their eyes met. And for the first time, he saw it. Adil was ready to kill him. Chapter 6, The Night Everything Changed. That night, the police received a call. A body had been found in Adil's penthouse. Stabbed. Blood everywhere. And the only suspect, Zayan. The news spread like wildfire. A business empire destroyed overnight. Friends turned enemies. A shocking crime. Zayan was arrested. But he kept repeating the same thing. I didn't kill him. No one believed him. Until Chapter 7: The Shocking Truth. A week later, the police received a surveillance video. It was from Adil's penthouse. In the footage, Adil was arguing with someone. But it wasn't Zayan. It was a man in a black mask. The masked man lunged at Adil. A struggle. A knife. Blood. And then, silence. The real killer had set Zayan up. But who? And why? Zayan was released, but he wasn't free. He needed answers. Chapter 8: The Final Revelation. Zayan dug deep. He hired investigators. He followed every lead. And then, he found it. Adil had made enemies. Big ones. A deal gone wrong. A secret partner he had betrayed. The masked man wasn't a thief. He was an assassin. Adil was never meant to survive that night. And Zayan. He was just the perfect scapegoat. Chapter 9: The Impossible Ending. Zayan stood at Adil's grave, rain pouring down. He wasn't sad anymore. Just empty. His best friend had betrayed him. But in the end, Adil had been betrayed too. Zayan whispered, "We could have had everything. But greed had destroyed them."